Hi, skeptics, atheists, theists, so Christians or so-called Christians, doubters, and what else? Bible believers, true Christians. I'm doing this video again to answer one of the controversial verse in the Bible that seems to be scientifically um, scientifically wrong, okay, but actually it's not. This verse is in Joshua chapter 10 in verse 12. On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, this is the prayer of Joshua, O sun, stand still over Gibeon, O moon, over the valley of Ajalon. So the sun stood still and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself on its enemies. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed going down about a full day. So we as Bible believers, Christians, are ridiculed by some of the scientists because of this verse. That they said, well, that's very wrong. Now, to answer that, I have to play to you one of their videos. Okay, please listen to this audio.
Every morning the sun rises, and every evening the sun sets. But why does it do that?
Okay, that's their video. Okay, the reason we are ridiculed because they said it is very unscientific. That's not what science is telling us. Okay, that's really true. But this is my question to you, skeptics or atheists. Why you did not correct these people by using sunrise or sunset? Why you did not, correct or malign these broadcasters or media men, the writers of these newspapers, that they said, oh, the sun will rise at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, so on and so forth, and the sun will set at 5 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Why you did not correct them? Why you did not talk to them right in front of their face? Hey, you were wrong. The earth is the one revolving to the sun, not the sun will rise or sets. No, you're very quiet and you just accept it, right? Because that's the way how you observe it. That's the easiest way to observe it. Okay? That's the easiest way to observe. Okay? Because all you need to do, if you said that the earth, okay, you got to know the speed of the earth. Till the, sunset, reach it. It's impossible to calculate, right? So, now here's the question. Is there any verse in the Bible that explains? Is there any verse in the Bible that the earth revolves around the sun? Notice that the Bible, remember that the Bible is not properly arranged. Okay? That's why don't say to me that, oh, that's not the verse intended for, or that's the wrong interpretation of the verse. No. The verse before is not properly arranged, like, today, because God doesn't want the false preachers, those who were not sent by God will not just easily get all the verses to make the whole truth, to present the whole truth to the people. Because remember this, half truth is not the truth of the Bible. Okay? One verse is not enough to explain the concept of the Bible. Paul says all scriptures is given by inspiration. All scriptures. Remember that. Now let us read it. In Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Let's read. In verse 5. The sun rises and the sun sets and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south, turns to the north. Round and round it goes. Round and round it goes. So the word round and round it goes. The sun rises and the sun sets. That means the earth. Okay, the earth. Okay. So that's the reason. That's why, according to Jesus, if I'm telling you earthly things and you don't believe, how much more will you believe if I would tell you heavenly things? The reason Jesus Christ did not say to them, guys, we're not actually, the sun is not actually, setting or rising. It's the earth that is revolving to the sun. Well, Jesus Christ would be eventually ridiculed by the people in his time. It's very impossible for them. That's why Jesus Christ is so frustrated. That's why I just mentioned this verse in John 3 verse 12. If I'm telling you earthly things and you don't believe, how much more will you believe? If I will tell you heavenly things. Heavenly is that is beyond our earth, our surrounding. Or Jesus Christ probably is talking about gravity that regulate the earth. In let us read that in the book of Job. Because, there are many ridiculous preachers there that they thought that, God is a giant and he holds by his hand the earth. He holds the earth and he just, turn it by his hand every day. God is a giant. That is ridiculous. When I saw the Lord in a dream, in a trance, he's just life-size. A normal size of a human being. But his power is so beyond that you would really say that you are just a worm. Beyond comprehension. Later in my next video, I will tell you what is the image of God in the spirit. Because I have seen him. And he was the one who gave me this, knowledge that I did not get it from the internet. Okay? So, I would say that atheism, okay? Skeptics, this is the end. Okay? Because all you need to do is to face me. I want you to comment in my YouTube account because I posted it also in the YouTube. But some of you, actually just two guys, who comment once, and after that he doesn't want to answer me anymore. And the other guys also, he commented in my video. Actually, it's just a comment, not disproving what I said. That's why I said to you, I'm saying it to you, disprove what I'm saying. Do not just ridicule. That's nothing. That's useless. Tell me, what am I against in science? To science or to some scientists? Or negate the verses that I gave to you. So now, God is not a giant. Oh, you know, brother, some of the preachers said, God is giant. So big, he's so huge because the earth is just a footstool. Well, you don't understand what you're saying. What is footstool in the Bible, brother? Footstool meaning the earth is just a footstool, a low class. You can read that in the book of James. That, the footstool means just a low class. Because James, mentioned that verse. According to this, you can just read chapter 2. You can just read chapter 2 in the book of James. Read it. That's the footstool, mean a lower class. Earth is also a heaven, but the first heaven, a low class. Okay. Footstool doesn't mean that the earth is footstool. Doesn't mean that earth is just, God is just, or he is a giant God, so huge. No. You're wrong. You're ridiculous. That's why I will explain everything here. It's just a matter of time. Okay? So, what is what God is using is the laws of heaven to control the earth. That's why God has a control of the earth. How? He used the laws of heaven that he also created. Colossians, the book of Colossians mentioned it as power. Do you know the laws of heaven? Can you use them to regulate the earth? Can you use them? That's the question of God to Job. But we can't. You don't know how to control the gravity. You don't have the control for that. But God can. That's why he asked Job, can you use the laws of heaven to control or regulate the earth? Because dominion, in KJV, it's dominion. Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Can thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Dominion means control. So God has a control of everything. Well, it's very normal because he was from eternity to eternity. Let me give you an example. Okay, this is funny, but it's really true. Because some of the this is really funny. Like, for example, let us give Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, who else? The greatest scientist, Nikola Tesla. Let's give them 1 million years to live in this world. Man, or 1 billion years. That's not even eternity. Okay? Probably, we have the nice spaceship today that already enhanced the laws of heaven, the gravity, to slingshot that machine or that interstellar spaceship to reach another planet. Who knows? 100 years before, people are just dreaming to go to the moon. But now it's close and we are planning to go to Alpha Centauri A. But it would take us, according to the book, it says 10 to 30,000 years just to reach the Alpha Centauri A, the closest star. Just to find another Earth-like, to be, eventually for our habitation. Well, that is impossible. The earth or the heaven that mentioned by the Lord according to Apostle Paul is unapproachable light, because it's too far. Time and space matters. Okay, time and space matters. That's why today, I'm telling you, this is the end of your doubts in the Bible. That all you need to do is to face me. Okay? And to disprove what I'm saying. Truth is just, there is a time for the truth. According to Apostle Paul in Titus chapter 1. Let's read it here, verse 3. And at his appointed season, he brought his word to light through the preaching entrusted to me by the command of God our Savior. The reason Jesus Christ is so mad to all these fanatics, preachers, or religious leaders is because they shunned to accept the knowledge, the key to the knowledge, and they killed these people that would expose eventually the evidence of God. He condemns the Pharisee, experts of the law. Here in Luke 11:52, who to you experts in the law, because you have taken away the key to knowledge. What happened? They killed their prophets in chapter 11 of this Luke. You can read it. Because there are people who are actually the key to the knowledge. But because of their fanaticism, their hardness, they don't want to accept the knowledge, which is very illegal in the Bible to give advice without the knowledge. And that is where doubts of people come from. Because of the explanation of these religious who are actually very short in their knowledge of the scriptures. Okay? Let's read that in the book of Job. According to God, Job 38 in verse 2, Who is this that darkens my counsel with words without knowledge? Imagine, there was a man in the history, his name is Giordano Bruno. He was burned at the stake because he thought that we are not alone in the universe. And, there are many heavens or earth-like somewhere in the universe. And, there is a religion. If this is your religion today, get out from that religion. Because these religion are killers of the scientists. He had the vision. God gave him the vision that we're not alone in the universe. And that is how the scientists today found out, using their telescope, that we're not alone in the universe. And that is true. Jesus Christ said, I have my kingdom, not of this world, from another place. And that place is so beautiful. Because that place, according to Peter, is a place of righteousness. That could only probably the difference here on earth. Just the place of righteousness. Okay, God bless. See you again in my next video. And please comment in my YouTube account. Please subscribe. Okay, do not malign. Do not say something that is irrelevant. Disprove what I am saying. Okay? God bless.